Hey guys, it's going to be my first trading video that I'm making on this channel. And I really hope that you guys get value out of this, because when I was starting, it is so hard to know who to trust. And, I paid for all the stupid services. I went through every trading video on YouTube I could. And the best, absolute best advice was from Qullamaggie. And I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to let you listen to him explain it on how to study. So let's go ahead and listen to the video real quick, and then I'll explain what this video is going to be about.
You want, you get DC2000, okay? Click US stocks, okay? There's 4963, almost 5,000 stocks here, okay? Then you go to the monthly chart, and then you start looking at all the big moves. Every stock that made a big move, let's say doubled or tripled or in a short amount of time. Okay, you put in a separate watch list. Okay, you're gonna get a watch list of 1,000 stocks. Just go back and look. There's gonna be thousands of, at least 1,000 stocks, because most stocks have made a big move at least sometime during their lifetime, okay? You go back and look. The biggest moves, obviously the very liquid ones you can exclude. And then you go through that watch list. Look at the daily charts. You can get e-signal. On that one, you can go back on the daily charts, look at daily charts, and even intraday charts going back 10, 20 years, 30 years. Maybe not 30, but at least 25 years. And then you start looking for patterns, okay? And you will see the exact same setups I trade. They happen over and over and over again. And you're probably going to find your own setups. You're probably going to find at least 3 to 5 setups that occur over and over and over again. 3 to 5 patterns, okay? You need to build a foundation. You can't just trade blindly, not knowing, following some other trader, being in these alert services. No. You need to develop your own expertise. You need to develop your own setups, things you believe in, things you have backtested, that they work. That's pretty much all your problems stem from not knowing what the hell you're doing.
Okay, so this idea pretty much changed my life. So what this does, what he's talking about is making your own chart database. So what I have is Notion. Now this is a free app. He uses Evernote, but I noticed you have to pay for that. So Notion was the only thing that actually was free and worked for me. So I have my trade journal, but here's the setup. So I have all these different setups that I've studied over the past few years. And you can make your own model books. Like there's a 3-day time frame, weekly model book. And I was very confused when I started whether I should use intraday time frames or daily time frames and weekly time frames. And you have to do this to figure out what works for your personality. So what I found after 2.5, 3 years of basically trial and error is that weekly time frames and 3-day time frames are the ones that work for me. So what you do is you go to Thinkorswim or whatever your platform is, and you use the on-demand feature or replay feature. You go back and find a breakout, because most of the time when people show you stocks, they'll show it after it makes a move, and they'll be like, see, when you buy it here and then you sell it here, and it's like a perfect example of a setup. And it's like, yeah, it already worked. You can see that. But what I needed is to see it in real time. So what you do, let's say it breaks above 247.38 and you want to see it. You see what date it's on. You move the cursor over here. It's 9/17/24. So you go back up here. You go to the 24th. 9/17, and then you actually find the day that it breaks out on the weekly, and you say, okay, this is what that looks like. And then you do this thousands and thousands of times, and what happens is you will see very similar patterns setting up. And you can actually make your rules off of these charts, going thousands and thousands of charts backwards and studying the moving averages. You could do this with indicators, the RS. You could do this with TTM squeezes, whatever you like to use. You can study anything, moving averages, weekly time frames, indicators. You can go back and see how small caps move, medium caps move, high ADR, low ADR. You know, whatever your thing is that you want to study, you want to get good at, this is the way to do it. I mean, there's no other thing you're going to pay for and somebody's going to put it in your brain and make you believe it. Like, if you're not at the point yet where you can make your own decisions, then you have to do this. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, if you really want to have trading mastery, like I just caught this duel that went up, you know, $100 in a couple days. And usually I don't buy, you know, when earnings are coming up, but this breakout looks so good. There was such relative strength coming into this. I mean, this jump up right here I bought, and then I sold it at the top right here. And I don't know what it's going to do, but one of my rules is, you know, I sell into strength when it's really extended, and this looks really extended. So then what I did was I came back here and I take screenshots of every one of my trades. So when did I buy this? I bought it $4.25. So that's what it looks like. And then here's what it looked like when I sold it at $4.80. So I bought it at $3.77, $4.80. I made $100 on that trade. The only reason why I did this is because I've been studying thousands of charts. So that's all you do. You create a watch list, and these are leaders. I have a lot of different studying watch lists. This one's for EPs. So you go back, let's see. You want to study EPs. EPs are usually on the daily, what Qullamaggie recommends. Now, I'm still studying this. I'm not confident on EPs at all. But here's some that worked. So if your stop went under here, let's say you're studying, your stock went under here, that worked out. So let's study it. 5-10-23. 5-10-23. And you go back and study. What did it do? What was the news? What does it look like? How long was it going sideways? What did the moving averages look like? And I don't know why my on-demand does this. It changes after I click sometimes. Watch it, it's going to change. But this is what it looks like. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. But you go back and you study, take screenshots of thousands of charts before and after. Let's see. It runs up from about here. And then you can create your rules. Let's say you're following the 10 EMA or the 20 EMA, the first close. So let's go right here. Buy it here. First close there. What is that? 15%. $6.47. So you go back, you screenshot this, put it in Notion, and then you get thousands of these to study, and then you can organize them into high type flags. And you can even study different videos. So what I do is all the videos I watch on trading, I see where they entered, and then go back and on demand, and I go back and study it. And that's all you have to do to gain trading mastery. This is the first step, I really think, is studying. Because if you have no idea what you're doing and no idea where the patterns are and, you know, when to buy on your specific setup, when it works, when it doesn't work, like Qullamaggie says, you really have no idea what you're doing or what to even look for. So this is going to be the first step. So this is what gives you rules and signals. You're going to study the signals. You're going to make your rules from these signals. And then you're going to put them in your trading journal. And then you're just going to study this. And this is what I'm still doing today. I've been trading for about 3 years. This has been going on about 3 years. And look how many things I have on here. This is just one setup. High type flags. I mean, you got to do this every time. And I probably do like 1 or 2 daily. I try to add to this every day. And this is how it looks. And this is what I could have got if I stayed in above the moving averages. So this is for the signals, your entry signals and your exit signals, what you look for. Then you put it in your trading journal. And that's about it for this video. I mean, study Qullamaggie, study all the favorite traders that you like, you know, day traders or long-term traders, investors. And you got to figure out what works for you and your personality. And this is one great way to do it. So if this video helped you, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want me to make more trading videos. But other than that, hope you have a good one and good luck to you.